Welcome back to this new episode of the Running Report, where we give you running news and running everything for the culture and produced by the culture. And on this episode, we got a little bit different for y'all. It's our first ever interview, bro.
Yes, sir.
And you know who it is, bro? It's the 2019 NCAA cross country champion on the men's side.
One and only.
He just ran the number 10 time in the indoor 5K at BU, bro.
Let's go.
This man, I feel like he's kind of on the underground. Nobody really talking about
I don't know why
they
they sleeping on my man.
That's what I'm saying,
they sleeping
bro.
on my man.
They sleeping on my man, Edwin Kurgard, bro. Edwin, how you doing today, bro? How
Big
you
Ed
doing?
in the building. How you doing?
Doing good. Enjoying just getting ready for class and just chilling around.
Hey,
It's a nice day.
Hey, that's the best part. Definitely when you're in college in the dorms too, when you just be able to just chill out and relax. Because I bet cross country season had you real busy going to all those races, and it had to be tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long season. I've been waiting for this time to just stay at home, chill, go to class, come back, and enjoy. So, I mean, it's been a really, really long season from summertime, starting training and getting ready for races and stuff. So, I mean, I'm so happy to be around, just enjoying.
And just to be normal for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, but your season wasn't normal though. Like, it wasn't something that we typically see. This guy went off this year.
Yeah.
I mean, undefeated this whole year, and he just went into the indoor season and went undefeated. And me and Joshua were looking into your story a little bit, and like just seeing how you really you haven't been running for that long. I think a lot of people don't really know your story like that, and I feel like that's why. I mean, maybe there hasn't been some I don't know why they haven't put respect on this man's name.
Some respect on his name.
But like they don't know his background. Like we saw about your journey from the States, from I-10 Kenya. Like, could you go into a little bit of that? Like, how did you come into running? Because we saw you just started like 3 years ago. Like, what got you into running?
3 years?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
An NCAA champion. That's amazing, bro.
Can you tell us about that? Like, how did you first hear about running?
I mean, so I think first of all, before I started running, so when I was in high school, the 4 years of high school, I used to like playing field hockey, which is one of the sports in Kenya, and I just used to like it. I played since I started high school till I got done. And so as soon as I got done with playing hockey, I mean, I knew I could go to the university in Kenya and just go there, maybe keep on playing hockey. So running didn't really come into my mind.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got done with high school, I was just at home. So I was ready. So we do in Kenya, we do a final exam, which is a KCSE, and that determines if you will be able to go to the university or not. So when I get my exam, I was supposed to go to a university in Kenya, and then my sister had came to the US, and she just called me and she was like, do you want to come to the US or you just want to study in Kenya? I was like, I think I might be interested in coming to the US.
Yeah.
Try and come see what goes on there and stuff. So she told me it's not very hard, but it needs a lot of commitment. So she told me you need to start running and training, and then after that we can try and get a school, apply, talk to the coaches and see if they will like you and if they will take you to join their program. So that's when, I think it was 2015 March. I think it was, I still remember the date, it was on 13th. So that's when she told me, and she called me then, and I was like, okay, let me start. So I had to go to a running camp. It's well known in Kenya. It's called Kaptagat, and it's just like a mile away from where Kipchoge trains, and I was there. It's like a camp for those guys who train for scholarship. So that's where I joined, and I mean, that's when my journey started, and that's when I started running. So,
wait, but why didn't you? Because you went to the St. Patrick's high school. You mentioned that group, and then I think even did Radisha train there too
with Brother Combe.
So why didn't you start running earlier? What was so appealing about field hockey compared to something as running or some other sports?
Is that the football out there at your school?
When you go to somewhere and then you get introduced to something, you just fall in love with it. So I got to school, And I one day, like as soon as I got there, I went to watch hockey, field hockey, and I liked it. I was like, this looks to be a fun game, and I started playing slow by slow, and that's when I started like getting used to it and getting the skills, and then I didn't. I mean, once you're in something, you don't care about something else. So I didn't really care much about running. So I mean, I started getting that endurance, and that's when like when I started running, I knew like maybe I had something good.
That's super cool, and like it's cool that like your sister she really put you on to running like that. So did you like see the success you had, and you're like, bro, I know I could be better than her?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was all just I didn't know I could even like running that much.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could ever be good. So I was just like, this is an opportunity for me to come to the US. I mean, many people talk about coming to the US and outlive this over here, and I was like, okay, maybe I should try myself and go look at what's going on up there.
Yeah.
And is there any type of like sibling rivalry that you guys have? Because I know your sister, she has about like so many national championships in D2 out in Alaska. Like she won about like 5 different 5K championships, like 5K, 10K, and like 15. And you only got the one NCAA championship. So does she like rub that into your face at all or anything? Or is you guys...
got that sibling rivalry going on?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes she just used to call me and she's like, you need to get something. There's no way you can call it like that. So,
yeah.
I mean, I used to see her and she used to motivate me a lot. I mean, if she can do it, then why not me? I mean, if she can get a lot of medals and win most of our races, then why can't I win even a single one? So she really did motivate me.
Yeah, and you finally got that first championship. And let's just talk about that NCAA race real quick, because that, I feel like that's... Even though like you were progressing all that time from Tennessee Martin onto the Iowa State, bro, people weren't really speaking on your name that much. But once you won that championship, like you finally got what you wanted. Like, what was your mindset like going from Tennessee Martin, like when you first started,
to transitioning to Iowa?
Like, did you know that you were gonna be an NCAA champion when you first started, or was it just all like, what were your goals going into running?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in Tennessee Martin, when I joined there, I wasn't that good, and I mean, I really appreciate. I got there and I got like the good friends. The coaching was good, and I mean, they started developing me. They started training me, and they really gave me that base. Like they really made me like get that very good base. And I mean, the more I ran and trained, I started feeling like I had something special in me, and I just have to like I didn't really know if it means like winning an NCAA, but I just knew it could be one day something good. So that's what I just thought of. Maybe if I go to a school with a bigger team and facilities and many other things, then I was like, maybe I
can take it to the next level.
Yeah, so you just had like more people around you that were closer to your level, pushing you. And then we see as he got to Iowa, you ended up finishing, before you got first this year, you got third that year before, right behind Grant Fisher, and Morgan McDonald. So coming into this year, I mean, you were number one because those two guys were out. What was different in your mindset there? Were you more like, did you feel like any pressure being that number one, or were you just like, man, like the gates are wide open for me, I need to capitalize?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have the pressure, but I mean, first of all, I didn't really have I wasn't sure. I didn't have the guarantee of knowing I am the first person to start, because some of the guys had redshirt before, and I knew they could be coming to the season strong and very ready to make it hard. So all the time I knew it could not be that easy. And then also like talking to like my coaches, and I mean, they just made me not think about the winning, but they just made sure that I always stay positive and think about improving and what I do each and every day. So that's what we were focusing on the whole time. We just focused on improving myself, getting more endurance, working on my speed endurance and stuff like that. So that really helped me like not think much about winning, because that could be stressing me all the time, keeping me like on toes and stuff like that. So I just try to forget about that and think of improving myself and getting more strong and getting more ready.
Then how has your mindset really changed when you actually got out to Indiana and you got into the race, and then you go into like the first like 400 and you see Peter Safir like just killing out there, going balls to the wall, straight out the gun, bro.
We were talking about it and we were like, bro, that's disrespect. You can't disrespect. How can you go disrespect Big Ed coming into this race? He hasn't lost at all any races, and this man went out hard and tried to put it on you. Really,
he tried to break you guys. That's what it seemed like. He wanted to just break y'all, and I'm all like, I know you ain't gonna say it because you humble. I know you ain't gonna say yo, you humble, but he was low key disrespecting y'all real quick. He was disrespecting y'all. But what was that in your mindset? Were you all like, I'm gonna go catch him, or were you just all like, I'm gonna stay within myself
and run my race?
What were you thinking when he was that far ahead?
I mean, yeah. So when we were at the line before we started, I was really nervous, and I mean, you know, when you're at the line ready to race, you're always so nervous. But once the gun goes, I mean, you forget everything, and now the race starts. Now you start planning. I mean, you always know in cross country, the first 2 miles, it doesn't really matter. I mean, wherever anybody is, it doesn't really make a lot of impact. So, I mean, the first 2 miles of the race, I was just chilling. I was just there. A lot of people are up there, but I mean, that really didn't affect me at all, because I knew it's until that 5K mark that you start thinking now, okay, it's the middle of the race. Where am I? Who is up there? And what should I be doing? So, I mean, it didn't really affect me, but I mean, a little bit it was cold and I was nervous. I mean, what if I don't get a chance? But it didn't really affect me that much.
Yeah, it didn't look like it affected you at all. We had a personal question too. We saw you come across the line and you hit that. Was that Wakanda Forever that you hit at the end of the race? We saw you go like this real quick.
What?
Wakanda Forever? Was that what were you hitting that at the end of the race?
Wakanda Forever. No, I mean it depends. I mean, it was so cold by then. I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't even do like much stuff. The only thing I thought is like, I was just happy. I just wanted to cross the line first, and then anything else. Yeah.
And then we also saw you like in the highlight. You were embracing like your teammates right after, like over at the gate, and you're hugging your teammates afterwards. How good did it feel to improve from the 7th place finish from the last year to get that 4th place finish as a team? Was that even sweeter than your 1st place victory, or just how did you guys overall just feel as a team getting that 4th place victory?
Yeah, I mean, that has been the goal throughout since the year started, since summertime. Coaches used to tell us we need to be there, we need to improve. Like, the school was 7th twice in a row, and the coach told us, I mean, this time round we gotta do something. So I knew we had a lot to do, and I knew everyone had to do his part to make sure we achieve it. So, I mean, on the way when I was running, I think it was like 4K mark. Coach was just telling me, we're in a good position, so just do your walk up there and everybody will be okay. So when he told me that and we were 4th by then I knew this is my chance. So I just had to do my part and then let everyone follow, and I knew we could be able to do really good as a team.
Yeah, and that's such a great thing once everything finally like clicks and works together.
And I know this with teams, when everything clicks, I mean, amazing day, you guys podium, you get 1st place, you guys got just about everything you wanted. So how'd y'all celebrate after that? I know y'all celebrated. I know this is the underground. You ain't gotta be too scared. But
I mean, we were just there and we were with the team the whole time. So I mean, I was glad because we had a lot of time to spend with them. We were in the bus and we were just chilling. Like nobody was just like silent, and everybody was talking. Everybody was very hyped.
So,
I mean, we were just so happy the whole time, and we could just do things as a team. We finally knew, I mean, we really achieved what we really wanted, and that happiness was just within us the whole time.
We were also wondering, like, since we're like media guys, we pay attention to all the hype, and there was like a big upset in the race with BYU winning. Like, were you surprised by any of that, or do you even pay attention to any of that?
I mean, with the weather and the conditions, and then I mean, you know, each and every team, they have their own strategy, they have their own preparation. So sometimes, like, you don't underrate anyone. I mean, NAU, everyone was talking about them, everybody was sure, but I mean, sometimes things happen. I mean, you know, if the weather doesn't, you know how the weather was, you know how the day felt like, it was muddy, it was raining. So at that point, like, everybody, whoever just has a good day will win. I mean, you don't even if you do anything, it's so hard, like, to perform as you used to, because it's a national championship race, and it depends
Yeah.
who has a good day then.
Anything can happen on any given day, especially in cross country in those conditions. Like I would have been slipping and sliding and everything,
know.
bro. Like that was just that were bad conditions.
You gotta have some 4-inch
Yep.
spikes in or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
bro. So after NCAA's, you finished third, and slated on your list, you had the BU opener, which was about 3 weeks later. Did you take any break in between that time, or were you guys already had this in the plan that you were gonna take your fitness to indoor and try to hit like a really good time too?
Yeah, so when I got done with nationals, I knew, I mean, my coach was talking to me and he told me, I mean, we can just try and knock out these 5K and then try and start doing some other stuff and then take a big break. So, I mean, I just got done with nationals. I took 2 days off and then I just came back, started training slow by slow. I mean, I was really tired. My legs were worn out.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I just started training. I didn't train that much. I was just doing like recovery and then had a workout and then just we wanted to get done with a 5K and then come take a break. So, I mean, I'm glad it really worked well.
Yeah, so really just maintaining your fitness. And with all that, did you expect like going in like the
13:24.
break the number 10 like all time, bro? Like the time you opened up with is what people usually like end their season with. Like, were you expecting that to happen?
I didn't expect that to happen. Coach just told me you need to get that under to run under 13:40. Just told me go out there, don't worry about anything. Just make sure you get that qualified. So, I mean, I wasn't planning for anything. I wasn't ready, and then I just got there and I started running. The paces were perfect, and the truck is good, and I was feeling okay. So, I mean, we just kept running, and I didn't even mind so much about the time and whatever we were doing. So I just wanted to get that qualifier. So, I mean, and we had a good day. A mile to go. My coach started yelling outside and he was telling me, you're about to do something better than you thought. So it wasn't something I was working for, but I mean, finally it worked very well.
Yeah.
So.
That's always a great feeling when you're running a race and like you look at the clock or like your coach tells you like you're running like super good, like way better, and you're just like, oh shoot, let's go. It's like an extra motivator to get the bunnies on, get the Energizer bunny in you.
And to not even think about the time, and then the time like happens.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, honestly.
Yeah. When you get that good race in. And then after that like amazing race, like I said, like people usually end their season with that. What are your goals now going into this new year, bro? 2020, it's the year of the Olympics. You also got NCAAs, you got indoor coming in the future. Like what's your goals coming into 2020, bro?
I mean, it's just the same thing. I mean, you need to improve whatever you are. I mean, if you're here today, I mean, tomorrow it gets harder. I mean, everybody will be working for it. Everybody will be getting ready. So, I mean, I'll be working on improving myself and trying to work on getting stronger and just build myself as a person.
Man, that's a great answer.
That is a great answer, man.
That's a great answer.
Can we put some respect on this man's name?
Yes,
come on,
yes,
can we
please.
put some respect on my man's name?
Please, bro. And then that wraps up just about everything. But we have one question that we're going to try and implement into all our interviews. And since we are like a new like running media outlet, we're trying to like push the envelope to bring like running into like the new age of like media, make it mainstream for everybody can start watching. And what do you think needs to be entered into the sport of running, track and field, cross country, marathon running, ultra marathons to just make it more mainstream? Do we need like cheerleaders or
like dance battles, like betting, anything? Also, do you think there's anything we can do ourselves to kind of just improve the way track and field is perceived? Because it's just, I mean, at least in the States, it's perceived as like a nerdy sport, or it's a sport you do like if you're not good enough for football and stuff.
Or it's like hobby joggers, bro.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know, but I think something that from like something that I've learned from the past. I mean, if you try and hype the sport, and then if you sometimes try and like create some races like the one in Monza and then the one in Sub 2. If you try and create stuff like that, and then try and make the world like start liking it. That race was really like brought up and it was really advertised, and people tried to watch it. A lot of people were trying to watch, a lot of people were trying to see. And then if you try to bring like some competitions, like bring two guys who are really good, make them like in a very good conditions, a perfect place, and then let them race against each other. And I mean, many people will be interested to see who's going to win against who. I mean, right now there are two guys who are running really good in a marathon. So maybe if they run in the Olympics together, many people will be interested to know who will be able to win, who will be able to do really good. So I mean, if you try to like make it interesting by bringing like guys who are like maybe 2, 3, or 4 guys who are really good into a very perfect race and make the conditions like favorable for them and everything, and just make
like
them run. Then
and to make it like almost like a boxing match, like you have somebody like a promoter, like basically advertising like this prize fight, like best of the best going at it.
I was thinking about that, like a Don King.
That would definitely take things to the next level. Like these guys are going out and they're about to break like the world record. I feel you, bro.
I was actually like listening to Jalen and Jacoby, the podcast the other day, and they were hyping up the Lomachenko fight. And Lomachenko. Like the promoter was on there just talking about the fight, like, oh, this is the best guy. And I was like, we could definitely do that for track. Like we should have some like the director of meets should be going on ESPN or like running report, flow track, and stuff like that, and like talking about them and really just hyping up the rivalries and the competition.
I mean, if you do that, I mean, many people will be really interested in watching the race, and they'll be like waiting for it so much. So, I mean, if we keep building up stuff like that, whatever the level, if it's high school, try to find 2 really good guys, make a race for them, and then see how they perform, and that will bring a lot of interest by many people.
But ending it off, I mean, that's all we really got for you pertaining to running.
Hey, but thank you for watching, bro. You can come back anytime you run a fast time, or anytime you just want to chill out, bro.
But thanks for having you on the show. Our first interview ever.
Yeah, man.
Edwin Kurigat, Big Ed. Can I call you Big Ed? Is that cool?
That's fine.
But all right, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, man. Hopefully we can see you in the future and everything.
And enjoy.
You too, man.
Merry Christmas in advance.